my dear students. How are you? Hope so you are fine and you took enough rest during these holidays. And dear students, welcome to digital classes. After a long vacation, we are going to start our work again. So I hope you all will start the work in the same manner you were doing before holidays, with the smile on your face and with energy. You are going to learn about the chemistry. So welcome to digital classes. This is your chemistry period, class 9th. Today we are going to start our topic, interconversion of states of matter. So dear students, before going to start today's topic, let's recapitulate whatever we have done in the previous topics. Today in this class, chapter 1, we have started, that is matter in our surrounding, the name of the chapter, in which first we have defined the matter. Matter is that which occupies space and have mass. Then we discuss its characteristics. Basically 5 characteristics are there. States of matter, solid, liquid and gases. Its properties, differentiate between solid, liquid and gas, we did in the last videos. Interconversion of states of matter, today we are going to do. Dear students, if any of the topic, if out of these any topic you haven't understood, so you are requested to call me, you are requested to watch those videos again, you are requested to go through all the videos once again, so that you will understand next topic also. So let's start. So we're going to start. This is recapitulation. You can see here, matter in our surrounding is the name of the chapter, and let's take the chapter glance. So if I'll take the chapter glance, so matter we are discussing. Matter is what? It is those substances which occupy space and have mass. Anything in our surrounding that is made up of matter, and basically matter is made up of atom. Okay, so basically matter is present in 3 forms: solid, liquid and gas in our nature. If we will talk about solid, it has definite shape, it has definite volume, it do not flow, its particle is closely packed, it is incompressible in nature. Okay, whereas if we will discuss about the liquid, no definite shape, there is no fixed volume, it can flow, it has little compressible in nature and particles are loosely packed. Whereas we will discuss about gases. So gases doesn't have gases doesn't have definite shape. Okay, it doesn't have fixed volume, it can also flow, it is having very much compressible nature, and its particles are very closely packed. Okay, so these are basically solid, liquid and gases that we have studied. So now if we will discuss about the states of matter, so this side, as we will discuss the states of matter, there are basically the physical property of matter is solid, liquid and gas. Okay, in which we can see we classified our body into 3 states of matter. Number 1, bones and teeth are solid, blood and water present in the body is liquid, and air in our lung is gases. So it means that if you need to see what is material and what is matter and what are 3 states of matter, so you can relate it with your body. Inside your body, the bones and teeth, it is hard, which is giving the shape to your body. These bones and teeth are solid. Blood and water, which is present inside the body in form of liquid, which is flowing throughout the body, that is liquid. And the gas which you are breathing, carbon dioxide and oxygen inside the lung, that is example of gases. Okay, so in this way the solid, liquid and gas we are differentiating. Now one by one we will discuss about. First we will discuss about solid. So let's discuss solid. The characteristics of solid is it has definite shape, it have distinct boundary, it have rigidity and incompressibility and have definite volume. Okay, if we will talk about liquid, the characteristics of liquid states are have fluidity, they are not rigid, low compressible, no definite shape and boundary and have definite volume. If gaseous state, the characteristics of gas states are it has fluidity, high compressibility, no definite boundaries, no definite shape, no definite volume. Dear students, already we have done these all things. Now we will talk about compressibility. In interconversion. So in interconversion, what is the meaning of interconversion? First, inter mean between, two, conversion mean converting. So if we will talk about 3 states of matter, solid, liquid and gas. So interconversion mean solid convert into liquid, liquid convert into gas, gas convert into liquid, liquid convert into solid. So you know very well the ice which is present inside your fridge, when you will take out this ice into the on the table on the plate, okay, in a room temperature, slowly you will notice that ice is going to be melt, and once it will melt, after some time it will become liquid water. And when you are going to boil this water, after some time, after boiling, you will see the water converting into water vapor. So this is a very simple activity that you can perform at home. So I wish you will perform it practically. You take out ice from your fridge, keep it on table, on the plate. You will see it will convert into liquid after some time. Then you boil this liquid and you will get water vapor. This is very simple example of interconversion. Okay, so ice converts into water and water converts into boiling water. Ice is solid, water is liquid, and boiling water is gas. So this is called interconversion. And now if we will talk about how interconversion occur, how solid convert into gas, a liquid into gas, it is due to increase in temperature. The moment more the temperature you will increase, it will change from solid to liquid, liquid to gas. Okay, next we will understand interconversion with the help of this small picture. Here, solid change into liquid. Solid change into liquid is known as fusion, or you can say in melting. Liquid change into gas is called, solid change into liquid is called melting. Liquid change into gas is called vaporization. And gas change into solid is called deposition. Gas change into solid is called deposition. And if we will talk reverse, that liquid change into solid is called freezing. Solid change into gas is called sublimation without going through liquid, and gas change into liquid is called condensation, which is the best example in our surrounding is rain. So dear students, we will discuss now all these important definition of interconversion, that is evaporation, condensation, fusion, freezing, sublimation and boiling, which all terms that define interconversion. Okay, so first evaporation. So best example of evaporation is water cycle in our surrounding. You know, all the waters, whatever water is there in sea, when the temperature is increasing in a sun heat, those sea water is evaporating, this sea water is evaporating, and after evaporation it become cloud, and the cloud is going to be slowly after temperature decreasing is becoming precipitation, and it come in the form of rain to the earth again. So what is evaporation? Just discuss first, but let me define the evaporation in a very simple way. Let us discuss evaporation. So evaporation is what? It is the process by which water is changed from the liquid or solid state into gas state. What is evaporation? It is water change from liquid into gas. It means that water change liquid into gas is called evaporation through the transfer of heat energy. Yes, the reason is transfer of heat energy. The moment we will transfer any heat, the water is changing into liquid, so liquid is changing into gas is called evaporation. Evaporation is depending on the following factor. Number 1, solar radiation. Number 2, vapor pressure of water. Number 3, temperature. Number 4, wind. Number 5, atmosphere pressure. Number 6, quality of water. Number 7, nature and size of evaporated surfaces. Okay, so dear students, it's my request again, whenever you are going to study these topics or science, keep on thinking why this is there, how this is there. Okay, this is the best way to understand everything. So next is condensation. Condensation is opposite to evaporation. What is condensation? It is when water vapor is cooled and changed back into liquid. Evaporation we did when liquid change into gas. After increasing the temperature, the evaporation become when gas change into liquid after decreasing the temperature. Okay, after decreasing the temperature, after cooling the temperature. So picture you can see here, these all water vapor droplets, these all are example of condensation. Okay, and I can see the condensation on my glass of lemonade. One more activity you need to do, very simple activities I am telling you, you can do in your kitchen easily. You take cold water in a glass. Glass should be transparent glass, which is called pure glass, not the steel glass. That transparent glass you are taking, in which you are taking juice. Okay, so take that glass, put inside this cool water from the fridge, and after some time you will see some water droplet in the outer surface of glass, from where these surface or these droplets came, that is showing the condensation. Okay, due to the lower temperature, those water droplet will be appear on the outer side of the surface. This is condensation. Next is sublimation. Third topic, sublimation, in which we will talk direct solid change into gas, or you can say gas change into solid, that is evaporation. But direct solid change into gas without going through liquid is called sublimation. So in the sublimation, if I'll talk sublimation, in the sublimation, the change of state directly from solid to gas, the change of state of solid to gas or from gas to solid is called sublimation. If solid camphor or ammonium chloride, camphor and ammonium chloride is best example. Camphor, you see, whenever we are doing havna, we are putting one kapoor, okay, that is called camphor. So that camphor is solid, but the moment we are putting it in havan, it is becoming gas. So this is the best example of sublimation. It change into vapor. If the vapor are cooled, it change into solid. This is the best example that is showing the sublimation. So this is one activity that is shown here. It is given in your NCERT book also. So let's understand the sublimation. It is the process of solid change into gas, process of solid change into vapor, okay, where solid after change in heat energy, it change into gas, it is called evaporation, or gas change into solid is called. So now some of the, basically we did evaporation, condensation, sublimation. These are the main three terms. Now we are talking about melting. Melting can be also called fusion. When a solid is heated, the particle begin to vibrate with greater speed. When solid, any solid thing we are going to heat, okay, when we are going to heat, so the molecule inside the solid is going to be vibrates in speed, and the conversion, it will convert into gas. Okay, after increasing the heat, the solid can convert into gas. When solid is changed into liquid after vibrating, when not gas, sorry, liquid, when solid change into liquid after increasing temperature, that moment it is called melting. So at a particular temperature, the solid melt and change into liquid. The process is called melting and is known as fusion. And the temperature that a solid melt is called melting temperature. That temperature in which solid is melting, start melting, that is called melting point. So 0 degree Celsius or 273 Kelvin. Now here degree Celsius and Kelvin are the two basic unit of temperature. 0 degree Celsius can convert into 273 Kelvin. So here I just want to tell you a little bit the conversion. Question is coming sometime in your exam. Convert 0 degree Celsius into Kelvin. So you should know 0 degree Celsius is equal to 273 Kelvin. Now if I will ask 100 degrees Celsius convert into Kelvin, so it would be 100 plus 273. It means that 373 Kelvin is the answer. Okay, so like this way you can convert the Kelvin degree Celsius into Kelvin and Kelvin into degree Celsius. Okay, so latent heat of fusion mean latent heat. Latent heat word we are using when we are taking 1 kilogram of solid. When we are taking specific 1 kilogram of solid, that time we are using latent heat word. 1 kilogram when we are using, that time we will say latent heat of fusion. Okay, same thing is for boiling. Now melting, boiling is opposite to melting. In melting we were doing solid after increasing the heat converting into liquid, where boiling, sorry, not it opposite, but liquid is what now. In liquid we are converting liquid into gases. We are converting liquid into gas now after increasing temperature. So when a liquid is heated, its particle begin to move even faster. Then the particular temperature, the liquid begin to boil and change into vapor. This condition is called boiling. Boiling is a bulk phenomenon. Boiling is a bulk phenomenon. Bulk phenomenon means boiling is affecting all the particles which is present inside the liquid. These particles are going to be, suppose boiling is what? It is a bulk phenomenon in which all these particles inside whatever liquid is there, all these particles are going to be effect. Whereas in evaporation, in boiling it is bulk phenomenon, whereas evaporation it is surface phenomenon. In evaporation, when we are going to increase the temperature, the temperature will only affect the surface, and it is a surface phenomenon. The water is evaporating from the surface, not from the bulk. So this is the main difference between boiling and evaporation. In boiling is a bulk phenomenon, evaporation is surface phenomenon. The temperature at which the liquid start boiling is called boiling point. 100 degrees Celsius is the water boiling point, which if we will convert in Kelvin, so it become 373 Kelvin, as we I told you in the previous slide. What is latent heat of evaporation? Again, latent 1 kg. Now 1 kg of liquid, when 1 kg of liquid is going to be boil, then it is called latent heat of vaporization. Okay, so these all are basic terms, need to be clear to understand all the things. Okay, next is important terms, that some of the more important terms that we need to see. Precipitation, it is any form of water that falls from cloud and reach earth surface, okay, in the form of rain. Evaporation, when water molecule in liquid state escape into air and water vapor, in which water molecule convert into water vapor. Condensation, opposite, in which water vapor convert into liquid water. Transpiration, it is water released into the atmosphere directly from the leaves by trees or plant. Definition of melting, boiling and freezing. Boiling point is the temperature at which a liquid become gas or vice versa. Melting point is the temperature at which solid become liquid. Freezing point is the temperature at which the melting, it is the same as melting point but used when the temperature is cooling, decreasing. Okay, so freezing is what? When liquid change into solid, that is freezing. Okay, some of the common difference of sublimation and evaporation. Sublimation is the transition of solid phase into gas phase. It is transpiration of solid into gas, whereas evaporation is from liquid to gas. Okay, second, the initial phase is solid here in case of sublimation. In case of evaporation, the initial phase is liquid. Third, the enthalpy gives the amount of energy that is required to sublimation to occur. Here enthalpy gives the amount of energy that is required to evaporation to occur. Okay, similar way, the difference between boiling and condensation we will do. So there are basic three differences in boiling and condensation. Boiling is the vaporization of liquid at particular temperature. Condensation is the conversion of vapor state to denser liquid. Okay, conversion of gas into liquid is called condensation, and change of liquid into vapor is called boiling. Involvement, the change involves the change of phase from liquid to vapor phase, and where in case of condensation involve the change of phase from vapor to liquid. Okay, mean boiling, conversion of liquid to vapor. Condensation, conversion of liquid to vapor to boiling is conversion of liquid to vapor, whereas condensation is conversion of vapor to liquid. Okay, sorry, don't be confused. Then third difference is it form vapor. Boiling form vapor, whereas condensation form liquid droplets. Okay, so these are for today's topic. Only important terms we did. You all have to learn all these terms, understand all these terms. These terms are given in your books also, so you note down these terms in your notebook. Okay, so now time to check your progress. You need to write down these answer, or you need to give the answer and write the answer and send it to me. So what are the difference between evaporation and condensation? Why evaporation causing cooling? How we can change the states of matter? These are what, why and how. Now in short and crispy answer, one word answer, you have to give what we called solid change into liquid. What we called when solid change into liquid? Think, solid change into liquid. When solid change into liquid, it is called melting. Okay, solid change directly into gas, it is called sublimation. Water boil at 100 degrees Celsius, it is called boiling point. So dear student, this is all for today. Thanks for watching this video. Hope so you understood. If I have done little bit mistake in between, so sorry for that, but please watch this video 2 times, 3 times, and until you will not understand, again and again you can go through this video. You can ask, feel free to call me for your doubts. So this is all for today. Have a nice day. Stay home, stay safe, and take care of your family also. So this is all about from my side. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.